Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Woodmere State Revival. We are down at the house today working on the pool. We're taking advantage of a semi-dry day to get out and get some more of this waterline tile done. We're hoping the weather's going to cooperate and we'll actually get all the waterline tile in this weekend and actually get started on the grouting of the waterline tile. Fingers crossed the weather will hold out and we'll be able to get a lot of work done today. It's just me and Amber today. My in-laws have taken our boys and they've headed north, going to a local community festival, and then they're going to head on up to my in-laws' house for the night. So we're kid-free, and we're trying to make the most of it, get as much done as we possibly can. So let me show you where we're starting out today. Just a quick update on the front porch here. As you can see, the columns are going back in, which is really exciting. The the porch was supported by these temporary supports because we had to re-pour the front porch and redo all the brick. So the guys took all those down and they just built these temporary supports to keep the roof from falling down. Now they're starting to reconstruct the porch posts. They got one done now on both ends. And these are going to be covered in a composite material, so we never have to worry about rot or peeling paint or any of that stuff again. So that's really exciting. Walking around to the pool here, of course it's a muddy mess. It's been raining off and on all week. Our excavation crew have not been on site this week, unfortunately, because the weather would not allow them to get their equipment out and get anything done around here. But they have had an opportunity to get all the drainage in for the back porch area, the back patio. That's a downspout drain for the porch, and then you can see the footers and the block there for the columns. You've got a gas line there that's coming in for the gas start on the outdoor fireplace. That is a drain. That's going to be a drain in the patio. You can see weep holes in the block on either side here, marked by that orange paint. So we're putting a drain in there. That'll catch water coming out of the weep holes. Got to make sure the wall stays well drained. They've got some conduit running across here. We're going to have electric in the fireplace for a TV. Then we've got more patio drains, gas line for our natural gas grill in our outdoor kitchen, and more electric coming out. That'll go into the outdoor kitchen area so we can plug in appliances. More drains, catch basins. Again, we're trying to position those strategically to catch the water coming down off the hillside here. It makes its way in behind the wall, and then it'll come out of the weep holes in the wall here, and they're going to slope the patio so that all that stuff just runs into those catch basins. This is the end of the line here. There'll actually be another catch basin here at some point. And then we got downspout drains across the back of the house, of course, to catch all the water coming off our new addition. And another downspout drain here. Big piece of conduit. That actually goes across the way and comes up over here. This is where the generator is going to sit. So the wire coming out of the generator, you can see another gas line there to power the natural gas generator. And then you got 3 wires poking out there. Those are for the condensers for the triple HVAC system. But the wire from the generator will come across under the patio here, come up over here, and then you can see we've got not 1 but 2 Generac switches here. That's what will actually switch over automatically when the power cuts out. This is just the old 200 amp service here. We're getting a new, bigger 400 amp panel set right in between these two guys. But when the power kicks out, these things will automatically sense that. And then we've got 2 200 amp panels inside the house, so we had to have one of these for each of those panels. Or you could do a much larger, single panel, but it was going to be about twice as expensive as the 2 smaller panels, which made no sense whatsoever. So at any rate, we elected to go with the 2 smaller panels, and then we'll have the big meter panel there, and then a new meter service will go up here and connect to the house. We got delayed on the electric service because unfortunately the power line that comes in up there, you can see a pole way up in the woods there. We're the only people on that pole, the only people on that transformer, and that transformer is not sized for a 400 amp service. So we got to wait for the electric company to come out and set a new transformer, and then we'll run a new feed line from that down to the house. So we're a little bit behind on the electric service installation, but that hadn't slowed us down. We're still getting lots of other stuff accomplished here. So let's walk over to the pool. We'll show you what's going on over there. Amber's been getting stuff laid out. We are ready to get this pool wrapped up and in use by the end of the summer. Can't wait to be able to jump in and enjoy this. So you can see where we stopped the other day. That's as far as we got with the waterline tile. So we've now got the whole shallow end, and then we've got about half of the long side of the pool. So we're going to keep working our way around that way, underneath the skimmer, down across the deep end, and then up the other long side of the pool. This mess of plywood and stuff here, that's been covering up our steps, the corner steps that we had put in there. We wanted to keep them wet, but not too wet. So they built a shelter there, covered them up with some sackcloth, have been keeping them wet, and then this has provided shade from the sun so they don't cure too fast. We didn't want them to cure too fast. We got our final 2 pieces of coping set this week. The masons came out and set those. Once we got our new skimmers installed, they were able to come out and set these last 2 pieces of coping. So that one got set there, and then over here at the other end where the other skimmer is, that one got installed as well. So now we can just run our tile straight across there, and it's going to be looking great in no time at all. What do you think, hon?
Ready to get started.
Ready for me to stop talking and start tiling?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so we're going to get cracking on this tile. We'll see how much we can get knocked out. Hopefully the weather will hold, and we'll get the whole thing tiled this weekend. One more thing checked off our list before we can get this sucker filled up with water and get started enjoying it. Can't wait for that day. Check in with you soon.
All right, so Chris is ready to cut our first piece of tile. We have a fitting that will hold the safety line that goes between the shallow end and the deep end. So he's going to make one little cut. Not a very easy cut because it's a circle. So we'll do our best. How we doing?
Good. Drain plug in the bottom of the saw is leaking.
Oh, yeah, we do have a little tile there, don't we? Whoops. We haven't used this tile saw for a while.
Yeah, I think it's the little O-rings dried out.
Okay.
No surprise.
Did we use this for our bathroom reno up at our current house?
Yeah. That was the last time it was in action.
Okay, that's been at least 6 years.
All right, I'm going to go test fit it.
All right,
see how it looks.
let's go see.
Trying to sprinkle on us.
I know. See how well you did. It just needs a little. Oh, I don't even have you on the screen. It really did just need a wee little bit, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Okay.
I'm going to get it straightened up there.
Yeah.
Right amount of gap around it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now the other piece is the hard one.
Yeah, take a little more off it.
Mm-hmm.
A little more fiddly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a little bit of the
top, or yeah, the third line.
two tiles there.
Yeah, and the fourth one.
Maybe you're better off just cutting the bottom two off and then fitting them individually,
Oh, we could do that.
rather than trying to do it on the sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that looks good.
Very good.
Let's get some thin set mixed up.
Okay.
All right, so we're finally making some headway. It took us about, what, 30 minutes to cut around at this anchor. A little bit of trial and error. Finally figured out a good method to get around that thing.
Honestly,
it's round, you know. You can't just use the nippers, because I nipped it so much and the end broke off. We ended up just using the saw to
I know.
cut around it.
The only stressful part is that we really mixed up too much thin set.
Well-
we should have just done a real small batch.
Well, we mixed up
We
too
don't-
much, but
we don't-
we weren't anticipating it was going to take so long
Exactly.
to cut around that. But anyway, so we got those two pieces set on either side of that thing. Now we're flying along pretty good. So we're going to try to work our way down to the skimmer with this bucket and pause for lunch.
All right. Got another one ready.
So I need to get back to work and get off the camera.
Yeah. Quit talking.
All right. All right, well, it's lunchtime, and we're going to grab a quick bite to eat before we get started again. We've been blessed with good weather today. Couldn't be happier about that, because the forecast did not look very good. But we've been very blessed. So we started just to the left of that anchor for the deep end buoy that goes right across the center here. Started just to the left of that, and that took a while. I mean, we really had to fiddle with that to get those pieces just right. And it's because I'm anal and wanted it to look perfect. But at any rate, and then we got on a good run here before we ran out of thin set. After lunch, we'll start here and then cut around our skimmer opening and go to the corner. And then we'll run along the deep end, and it should go pretty quickly until we get to the overflow there. We'll have to cut around that, but that's not too difficult. And then we'll run to that corner, and then we'll start up this long wall here across the back side of the pool. So I think we're going to make some good progress this afternoon as long as the weather holds out. Can't wait to unveil these steps and get all the plaster patched and get this baby painted. It is going to look so good, especially once we get rid of all the scuzz in the bottom. It's so annoying to have to keep pumping that thing out, and of course that tree that we removed over on that corner was responsible for most of the leaves and other junk in the bottom here. So again, we hated to lose that tree, but I'm not going to miss cleaning up the mess.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just reached the halfway point.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
It's looking really good.
It is.
Came out nicely right against the skimmers there.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Whole piece is going into the corner. We didn't have to do any cutting.
Skimmers are there.
Pretty amazing. The only thing we had to cut was right around the anchor bolt there for the deep.
Looking really good.
Buoy for the deep end.
2 sides finished. 2 to go. Now, if the rain could just hold off.
That would be nice.
Woo!
It's been trying to sprinkle.
I know. And it has sprinkled. Right now, it's okay. Let's keep trucking.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we've made it just about halfway across the deep end. Looks like we got maybe 2 more pieces to put on there, 2 more sheets of mosaic before we'll reach the light niche there. Amber is patiently scrubbing away, cleaning out the grout lines.
Yeah.
Not a fun job.
Nope. Especially when we can hear our neighbors swimming in their pool.
Yes, the neighbors up the hill have opened their pool apparently because they've got family and friends over who are splashing
So not fair.
and carrying on. You know who you people are. Yeah, Amber's cleaning out the grout lines. You can't help but get a little squish of thin set through the mesh in between the mosaic tiles, and you don't want that stuff sticking up through your grout, so she's going through and cleaning up and making sure they're all sitting in the right spot. It's going really well so far. We do pause every once in a while to mix some more mud, clean out the mud bucket. It does start to set up after a while, and you don't want that stuff starting to set as you're trying to get your tile on the wall. Otherwise, you may not get good compression into the thin set, and you may not get good adhesion. So we're careful not to mix too much, more than we can use within an hour or so. And but we're making good progress. Real happy with the way things have turned out so far. Everything's looking really good. So I'm going to get another bucket mixed, see if we can finish up the deep end, and then start moving around the back side of the pool. Get as much of that knocked out. We may run out of thin set. We're starting to get maybe down to about a third or a fourth of the bag, so we may run out of thin set before we finish the whole pool. I hope not, but if we do, then we're going to regroup and start grouting the stuff that's been in for the last couple of weeks, and go ahead and start getting the grout done until we can get another bag of thin set. So we're going to keep plugging away here and see what we can get accomplished. All right, folks, the deep end is done. Whoop, whoop. Amber's down there cleaning up the grout lines. We actually made it onto the back wall as well. So we may, in fact, have enough thin set. I know.
Don't jinx us.
To get to the rest of the way. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
With our luck, we'll be 5 feet shy.
Well, it's certainly possible. Man, we are doing a fantastic job, aren't we?
We are. I'd
Yeah.
hire me.
I'd hire us too. The trickiest part on this side was getting around the overflow drain. The thing hangs down below the coping there. So we had to cut a few tiles to go around that. A little bit tricky there, but made good use of the wet saw. Got that done. On top there, we're not worrying about that. That'll actually be a bead of urethane caulk all the way around the top of the pool between the coping and the tile. So we won't worry about that gap up there. We're not trying to put any little pieces of tile or anything in there. That was the only tricky part. Now on the this stretch, we got to go down here and get around this anchor in the wall. Again, this is the anchor that holds the rope to mark the deep end. So we'll have to cut a couple of tiles to go around there, but not too bad. So we're gonna get this stuff cleaned up and mix another bucket of thin set. Try to get the rest of this knocked out. All right, we have been cruising. We got all the way across the deep end, over there past Neptune Corner, and then about halfway down the back end. So we've just got this section from the deep end marker to this corner over here.
About 20 feet to go.
And we're done. Yay. So we're going to take a quick break, wash up our tools,
Get some dinner.
grab a bite to eat. Sun is setting over the horizon there. I think we probably have another hour or so of daylight. So we're going to go ahead and try to get grab a quick bite and then knock the last of this out. All right, we are making the final push. We got a fresh bucket of thin set here, and Amber's just finishing up cleaning out all the grout lines. How's it going, babe?
Tired.
Yes, exactly, exhausting. But our bellies are full, and we've only got about, I don't know, 18 feet to go, 20 maybe. So we're gonna get this knocked out. Probably gonna have to set up a light here shortly because, again, the sun has just about set over the horizon here, so we're getting pretty shaded down in here. Probably going to just set a light up over here on the side of the pool. That way we can have a little bit of extra light to finish up here. But we are not going to give up. We're going to knock this out and get it done tonight. Well, it happened, folks. We ran out of thin set before getting the last 3 sheets into the corner. We got the entire pool done. Amber's over here scrubbing tile in the dark. I'm going to have to give her some light.
Yeah, I need some light.
But yeah, we got the entire pool done except for the last 3 pieces in the corner. So we're going to have to buy another bag of thin set. Stuff's not cheap, but the good thing is we can use it in the shower and everything in the house. Let me give you a quick peek all the way around here. And there you go. It is stinking dark out here. It really looks great. Can't wait to get down here tomorrow and see it in the daylight and be able to appreciate our work. Great job today, hon.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Peace out. There you go. All right, so that's it for tonight. We are going to finish cleaning up here and then get all the tools and everything picked up and get everything loaded in the house and head home. It's after 10 o'clock, so we are whooped. But we're going to go home, put our feet up, and probably fall asleep in the chair. But at any rate, we'll be back down here tomorrow, try to knock out some more of this. We'll go ahead and start grouting tomorrow. Looking forward to getting that done, and hopefully we can get as much of that done as we can. The kids and Amber's folks will be back sometime tomorrow afternoon, so we've got a window of opportunity here to get as much done as we possibly can. So we'll bring you guys back in tomorrow, and we'll see what we can get accomplished. See you then.